Hey guys, so this video I'm doing to show how to correct an off angle on I've got a Hinderer here, and basically as you can see it's got a different angle here at the different sharpening angle on the tip of the knife versus the rest of it. And so basically I'm just going to show how to find that and how to correct for it. And I'm not sure yet if it's going to require tilting the knife in the clamp or just changing the sharpening angle or how to do it. So let's figure it out. So I've got the sharpener, the knife and the sharpener here. This is our WE120 system, and I'm using the top depth setting. Just make sure that the knife's firmly held in place. So I'm just going to color in the whole bevel with the marker. Stab it right on there and write it down. And then I'm going to do some trial and error with my angle settings. And I'm just going to make a pass and see how that marker is coming off. Not there yet, so I'm going to move the angle in a little bit. Start to see scratches. I'm actually going to use a finer stone to do this. So this is a 1,000 grit diamond. And I'm removing the marker at the top of the bevel, so I want to bring the angle in more. And maybe it's out. Sometimes you just have to play with it. So there it is right there. So that looks like a good sharpening angle for the majority of the knife, except we're missing it right there in the middle. And so the way that I'm going to bring that down is I'm actually going to lock the angle in. And you always want to start out wider, and because you can always bring it down, but if you go too narrow to start, and then you'll end up really widening your bevel, and basically it's impossible to get it back to a slimmer looking bevel without just taking out off the edge of the knife and starting from scratch. So all right, so what I'll do now is use the 200 grit stone, and I'm just going to scrub on this until all that marker goes away. And that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to do the other side, and you always want to test the other side for the angle differently, because most knives, the way they're ground, they're going to have a slight variance from one side to the other. And if you do sharpen at the same angle on both sides, you can end up really widening the bevel on one side or taking off too much metal. So I recommend just making sure they're both, it makes sure you match on both sides instead of just picking one angle to be the same on both sides. So this side's giving me some problems, and the angle is about 2 degrees different from the other side, but I'm just going to lock it in right there. And again, I'm coming in wider than I'm actually seeing the marker being removed, and just erring on the side of caution always. And I just do some scrubbing with the 200 grit stone until all that marker is gone. And note when I'm doing this, I've got my hands all the way down at the bottom of the stone. That way my hand is never coming back up above the edge really, because that's how you can make a mistake. So you want to keep your hands low if you're using an up and down scrubbing motion. Notice how I'm letting the stone follow the curve of the knife here, and it kind of rolls that way, but I'm making sure that I'm holding it so it doesn't roll farther when I come off the tip. So now I've got all that marker removed, and I'm just going to check for a burr. And yep, it's there. And the burr is that metal that curls over to the other side, and that's really your indicator that the two bevels are intersecting. So check for the burr on the other side. And that's it. So now I'm going to get off the 200 grit stones, and I'm going to go to the 400 and 600 grit stones, and I'm just going to progress up from here. And now when I switch over the stones, I'm no longer going to be doing the scrubbing motion. I'm just doing alternating strokes with the stone starting all the way at the heel of the knife and coming straight off the tip. And when I sharpen like this, I'm always kind of aiming and pretending that the tip is actually out here. So the motion of the stone isn't forward off of it, it's up and out, just like that. When you're first getting started with the system, you can just go slow, do one side at a time, make sure the stone is flat against the knife, and you're coming all the way off. And the muscle memory will follow to start doing it quickly. If you're trying for that mirror finish and you've started with a coarser stone like a 200, that mirror finish isn't going to come from your last progression. It's actually, the key to it is in your middle progressions. So you want to spend a lot of time with your 400s, your 600s, your 800s, and your 1000 grits to make sure you've got all those deep scratches out of the edge. The heel of the blade is always the trickiest part to get a good finish on, so I like to spend some extra time there just doing a vertical stroke. And I'll switch to the 600 grit stones. Next to the 800 and 1000 grit stones. now I'm on 1000 grit. All right, next I'll do a 1500 grit. And these are some of our newest products. It's a 1500 grit diamond stone, and then on the back side is a 6 micron diamond lapping film. So I hope you can see in the camera that the edge is starting to get a really nice shine on it. Something to keep in mind is the edge will turn out really well and look really good even if just a 1500 grit diamond stone without anything to follow it. But keep in mind that these stones are really well broken in, so when you first get yours, your results probably won't look like this until you've sharpened about maybe between 15 and 20 knives. So now I'll change it to the diamond lapping film, and this is where you really start to see the shine come out in the edge. So that's just about a mirror there. And the last thing I'm going to do is a leather strop. So you always want to clean off the blade before you use a leather strop, and that way you don't contaminate the strops with the diamond dust and metal particles that are on the blade after the stones. So this is a 4 micron and a 2 micron leather strop. Those are our diamond emulsions on them. And when I use the strops, first thing I'll do is I'll spray them down, mist them with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. It helps loosen them up. And then the other thing to do when you use the strops is lower your sharpening angle. So I'm going to drop it down by 2 degrees. And the reason you do that is because the leather is pliable, so if you use the same sharpening angle, it could roll over the edge. But if you reduce it, as the leather flexes, it'll come straight off the edge. And you don't need to do too much work with the strops, especially if you've used the lapping film before. It just really cleans up the edge. So, and with the strops, you want to remember to move in a more vertical stroke than horizontal. And that's because with a horizontal stroke, you can cut into the leather. And again, cleaning off the blade when you switch from one strop to the other. So I just finished the 4 micron, and now I'm going to go to the 2 micron. I'm just cleaning up the blade before I do. And again, just to lightly mist the strops with the rubbing alcohol before you use them. and I'd call that done. So that's profiling the edge and shaping it to a mirror finish in about 15 minutes. It's not bad. Thanks for watching. Take care.